Crew Show, Power 106. What's up, man? This is where hip-hop lives, and I'll prove it to you right now, man. Ali, Shaheed, Muhammad is on the Crew Show along with Adrian Younge. Check in.
What up?
Let's go. What's up, gentlemen? How are we?
Good.
How you
doing?
You know what? We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. You guys are doing a little better. I see the suits. We're looking fly. We're looking right. Businessmen. We look like we mean business, right?
We mean business.
We mean business. This is hip-hop, but this is also very important to us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Luke Cage, Netflix series. It premieres, the 30th on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and you guys are the
It's gonna
mastermind.
be a long Friday.
It's going, yeah, right?
Binge watching.
Yeah, right, for real. I know, right? I can never just watch one episode of something. I have to, the minute I watch it, that's it. I'm going to watch the entire season.
You got 13 of them.
13. 13. And Adrian, I've heard you say 13 episodes feels like 13 albums.
Yeah, man.
When creating the music.
We approached it. We approached it like it was a film project. You know, when you watch television, generally speaking, there's not a lot of detail paid to the music. It's usually just padded keyboards and all that stuff. But we approached this stuff like we was making the illest 13-hour film that everybody's gonna want to sample.
That's crazy.
Wow. So
yeah,
like, that's how we approached
You're
it.
right about other shows. There's just generic tones and just a dun 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 and right. But you guys decided to turn it up.
Right.
Now you guys get the call from Netflix. How does this work out?
Cheo Hadari Coker is the executive producer and showrunner of the show, and someone that I've known for a long time. I like the way he tells the story, so I won't go into it. But
you got
You got to go into it.
You got to tell the story.
Former editor
This
at
station, you got to tell that
Tribe
story.
Called Quest, yes, exactly.
Right.
Vibe. He's worked for several magazines, and at the time he was working for Rap Pages, and had to do a feature on A Tribe Called Quest, and we had just finished the Sucker N-Word song, and I played it for him in my car, and he said it changed everything for him. So
he heard it before us.
that was like 1993, before the world heard it.
Crazy,
fresh
man.
out the studio.
Yeah.
So anyway, he reached out to Adrian. Was it through
Facebook? Yeah, he hit me on Facebook.
Facebook with it.
Yeah, Facebook.
And then he sent me a text and told me that he was working on this Marvel Netflix series, and I hit Adrian. I was like, "Yo, I just got a call about this," and he said, "Me too." So Cheo
What a coincidence!
Cheo didn't know that we were working together actually, and Adrian and I were working on an album called The Midnight Hour, and so we met up with them, and how could we say no? It was the script, the character, the story. You know, Luke Cage, the first black. Well, he's the third black superhero from Marvel.
Okay.
But in terms of just like presenting it,
he's the first. Yeah, absolutely. It's major.
And so, we were very excited about it.
Yeah, and the music is inspired by Tribe, obviously, Wu-Tang as well. I love how every episode is titled after a gangsta song.
That's
I love
amazing.
that, man.
Yeah, that's
I think-
Cheo's.
And we kick it off with the moment of truth.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's special about it is that when you got the creator of the show that grew up in the culture, we all know the rules, right? We all know the rules. So you have a show that incorporates the lifestyle of somebody that loves Golden Era. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's in every episode you'll feel that. It's not pervasive, it's not in your face like, yo, this is hip hop, this is it. It's just part of the lifestyle, how we think and everything. And it's special because it's something that was that is just unadulterated.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's no filter, no you don't have, quote, the man coming in and saying, yo, you shouldn't do this because this is not, this people won't like this, or like, no, it's like,
You were given
this is
freedom?
what it's supposed to be. Freedom, yo. Ultimate freedom, unfettered discretion to do whatever the hell we want.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best, where you just get to be your own boss pretty much?
Absolutely, and especially when you're coming from a place of honesty, sincerity, and so that's the dynamic of Luke Cage. In addition to all the other characters, but Luke's dynamic is really interesting. His transformation from being just a guy who wants to be left alone into major superhero.
You guys have seen every episode at this point.
Hell, millions of times.
Millions of times, yeah, right? Just watching it, right? And you're adding music to the scenes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Trying not to, quote lines.
Yo, I know. Give us something, man.
Waiting. It's like Marvel's staring at us. There's so many quotables.
They're in here now.
Yeah.
So many quotables.
Yeah.
Any cameos? Do you guys make any cameos in the show?
Do we make cameos?
Yeah.
No, we ain't cool.
No
enough to make
popping
cameos.
up.
Nah, come on, man.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes people want to be in their own thing,
But yo, just on what Ali was saying right there, though.
Yeah.
As far as the lines, the quotables. there's some stuff, just like you said, I wish we could say, because how this works when you're composing a series.
Please explain, man.
You have spotting sessions. So you sit there with the music supervisors, director, different executive producers, and you'll watch an episode, and we'll talk about the episode, and then Cheo would say, hey, let's go this way or that way, and we'll say, well, yeah, let's do that, or we could also do this, and that's how you do it every episode, right? So literally every 13 episodes, every time we leave, we're just tripping because of all the quotables. It's okay, going to Tribe. Tribe has quotables,
absolutely,
right?
yes.
So like you finish listening to stuff, and they just there's things that just be in your head. You finish watching this series, there's just gonna be things that are in your head. So we would leave these spotting sessions, and we would be joking with each other using the quotables. There's a trailer out there with Mahershala, who plays a villain called Cottonmouth, and he's with a Biggie photo, and just that whole scene. That whole scene I don't think is out yet, so I think we could talk about it.
Just give us a little. Just give us.
Well,
a
now we
little
know Biggie's in it.
Yeah, right.
Now we know, bro.
So all right,
Let's go move over here.
Yeah. So
that Marvel button get blast off anytime you
Adrian
vaporize.
just told us how it ends. It's pretty much over. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It happens though when you're so excited about this project, you want to tell everyone, don't you?
But this quotables from the perspective of somebody like Cheo, who is a luminary as far as being a hip hop journalist. I mean, from the source to vibe to everything, right? So he'll have the character say certain things that you're like, damn, other people are not even gonna understand what just happened right now.
Is that right?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's like it's stuff like that in every episode. Like you'll know. I mean, there's no say there was a classic Q-Tip line that you liked or something, and you hear somebody just use it in a way that's dubious. Say, what they're talking about.
Right.
It's that kind of stuff that you'll see throughout this stuff, and you'll have villains do this stuff.
You're gonna have to find it.
Very dope. So the
Yeah.
quotables
That's dope.
are injected into the script.
Like some Easter eggs and stuff.
There you go.
Oh,
The
yeah,
series is called
exactly.
Luke Cage. It's on Netflix. It
Exactly.
premieres on the 30th. Cruise show, Power 106. What's up, Jeff?
2 questions. 1, why Gangstar? And 2, how much involvement did Primo have? Did you pick up the phone, talk to him, and how did that go?
That's all Cheo. Cheo's mind, how it works. I can't really answer that question.
Okay.
He's a mastermind. So
Yeah.
when we were called into the room, he showed us on the wall. He had just different scripts and stuff. He said, these are the titles. This is what inspires me. So this is just his vision, and then we're just coming into his world.
Okay.
So yeah. And then as far as Primo, I know that they were in contact to do some stuff, but I mean, Primo, it's one of those things that's so dope for us because we love him to death. He's a good friend, and he travels and he works so much. So I'm not sure what happened as far as his involvement, as far as doing stuff with this, but I don't even know how he could have even done it. Like that dude, he ain't. We were just talking about him right now. He's not even here right now. He's out of the country right now.
Is that right?
And you were just with him in Japan this weekend, right?
Yep. Him and Pete Rock.
Yeah,
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Talk about the process of picking the right songs.
Well, we didn't pick the songs for the series, but we just composed all the music for it. But I think in picking, especially a series like this, where we really tailor-made all the music for all the emotion, you want any additional music to really complement what's happening with the score.
Sure.
And for this, especially because Cheo comes from the hip-hop community, and we all are very sensitive about our culture, you want to pick the right things. Oh, but in addition to that, there's also budgetary issues.
Licensing and all of that.
Licensing,
Sure.
which plays a role into how great or deep your crates could go. Or,
Right.
you gotta go to the very limited section of things. So, but with this, the music, it has a hip hop foundation, but from the perspective of not just the classics that we're all familiar with for the past four decades.
Wow.
But the source material, where things come from. So, the inspiration from blues, inspiration from jazz, and so many other areas of music, and that's how we tied it all in together.
Very dope. What's up, Todd?
So you guys created a whole new, every song,
New sound.
everything you guys made, every sound you made was completely brand new for this show.
Yeah.
You catered exactly for that.
Yeah.
So it's like artist features and anything like that too, or is just instrumentals, or?
There's artist features. We can talk about Raphael Sadiq, Faith Evans.
Is it Method Man on it?
Method Man is on there.
Hell yeah.
That makes Todd very excited. Very big Wu-Tang fan.
And man.
Come on, man. Come
I
on.
can't,
Come
I can't.
on! You already give a Biggie.
I almost gave something up. I'm like,
Come on.
ODB's in it. He's back.
He's back.
Just to clarify on some of the notion of source material and music being applied to the show. On a show like this, you have music supervisors and you have composers. So
Right.
So a music supervisor, as we know, helps to pick what the music's going to be there, and they help license and everything. And Cheo also, he's a creator, but he's planting his seeds all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So with us, our job is to score.
Okay.
So our job is we're audio visual technicians, basically. We enhance what you see on screen.
Yeah,
so
man.
if it's a dark moment, we're supposed to make it really hit you in your heart.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
heavy
saying?
drums, heavy drums.
Exactly. So
Right.
how Ali and I did this, we did it from the perspective of, we started with hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So as composers, we ain't sampling, we're just playing instruments, and we have a 30-piece orchestra conducted by Miguel Howard Ferguson. So it's, imagine dudes that listen to thousands and thousands of records looking for samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have developed the ability not only to play this stuff, but also engineer, like, recording with analog tape and all that stuff, right?
Wow.
And then you got a 30-piece orchestra conducted by a gentleman, with the merit of Miguel Howard Ferguson, and it's just absolute filth, basically. So you look at it like you got somebody in the Marvel universe making the nastiest beats for a show.
Yeah, man.
And that's what we tried to do. You know what I'm
Crazy,
saying?
man.
But it's like 25 to 30 minutes of music, original music each
Yes.
show, and that's how we approach
Wow.
it. Going back to what we
That's a
said
lot.
One
about
time
13
for that.
albums. That's the perspective here.
One time for original hip hop.
Man.
I love that, man. Those sessions must have been fire.
it was fun.
Yeah, right?
No sleep.
Who needs it when you're having that much fun, though, man? Shout out to Vinny. Where's Vinny? Vinny,
right here. I'm right
Vinny
here.
is a
You know
huge fan. Now, Vinny has
He's so excited.
1,000 questions.
No.
So they're going to come at you rapid fire. Are you ready?
Nah, Ali,
kidding,
I
Vin,
just
what's up?
just actually this Saturday, the Low End Theory's 25 years anniversary. I don't know if you that's this Saturday. Is that correct? Am I accurate with that?
No, you're accurate, but you're saying that I'm like
You're
really?
like
It's
looking
just-
back.
No. Just because we were preparing, we've been preparing for like the 25 year thing for like 5 years ago, and now I'm realizing, whoops, the calendar went by on this one.
Right.
But yeah, it's like when you're making music, you don't always think how far ahead your music will go. You hope that it will make an impact, and you want to live your dream, and wherever it goes, you follow that road. But
At first, you kind of just want your friends to like it, right?
yeah, exactly. You want your parents to
To be proud.
to be
Right,
like,
right,
I am worth something.
Have a legitimate job.
Right.
and those sorts of things. But to then look back like 25 years, especially with hip hop still being somewhat a young genre,
Sure.
I remember the Isley Brothers, like getting their 25-year anniversary, reissues, and how proud, like, discovering music at a young age and hearing, stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, so that's where it is now. And it's really it's hard to really put into words, but there obviously is a lot of love, and we appreciate people allowing our music into their souls, their spirits.
Yeah.
There's Tribe fans in every generation. Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
I mean, his kids, his young kids, they're into Tribe. I mean, that's just amazing.
It is. I don't know how to take it. It's
Really?
strange. Yeah, really.
Why?
Because when you meet people like Stevie Wonder or something like that, it's like, yo, that's Stevie.
But that's where y'all are at in
I
hip hop.
know,
You
but
feel me?
it's weird.
Yeah.
I remember
weird,
that
yes.
that moment Mary J. when she in the documentary, the Michael Rappaport, just how she was just admiring the music and the legacy Tribe has left, and that's just crazy. That must be a great feeling.
I can't define the feeling. I wish I could, but it's definitely love, and we appreciate that.
And I don't know if is my last question. I'm not.
This is my last question.
You're not living up to your reputation.
I know, right?
This is my last question, and it's a 3-parter.
My question. I think there's rumblings of another Tribe album. Is that accurate?
Yeah, man.
Is
Let's
that
break that news right now, man.
Ground in California rumbles and shakes.
Right, yes, it does.
You just gotta hold
Yo,
on
in
tightly.
Oklahoma it does too. I just found that out.
In Oklahoma,
That's right. That's
you just
right.
have to hold on tightly.
We have to hold on tightly as hip hop
Oh,
fans.
God.
That means yeah.
Man, you
That
have to
means
really-
yes, it's on its
No,
way.
It means I
Yeah.
cannot comment on it.
That means yes. Thank you very much
Well,
for
you're
stopping
not
by.
saying
Cruise Show,
no.
Power 106.
You're not saying no.
Dang.
You know,
So
you
Wow.
you
Mum's the
realize,
word.
yeah, mum's the word, but you realize the passion behind fans when they ask a question like that, right?
Yeah, and again, it's just weird because I'm still a kid from Brooklyn.
That's
you know
dope,
what I mean?
man.
Like
That's
I
dope.
still dig in the crates. You know, like
man.
So, thank you is not enough.
Yeah,
of
I
a
hear you.
word.
I hear you. It's frustrating,
just
isn't
not.
it?
It's not frustrating, but you know, like I know how I feel about certain artists that help me get through points in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like Stevie Wonder being one of those people. When I met him, it's just like, whoa, you know, Paul McCartney, another one. I couldn't speak when I met the man. So,
Yeah, what do you say to Paul McCartney, man? That's tough.
no, Prince was another one.
Prince.
I was like, couldn't get the words out. So I understand that feeling, but it's just, I don't know. Like, thank you is not enough to the people.
Accept
We should
it,
be
man.
thanking you though.
Yeah.
Man. You
For
gave us
real.
the soundtrack to our lives, man. And I know it's tough sitting there in that seat, but like for someone that's able to pass it on now to a second generation, I mean, really, we should be thanking you instead of you thanking us.
Yeah. Straight up.
You know what we try to do, and especially like with Cheo, you know, calling Adrian and I, it allows that same sort of spirit, you know, that passion for the music, the want to bring people together, to want to make a statement that's unifying but also educational. And I feel like we really tried to do that with the music. And Luke Cage, I think Cheo definitely, you know, tried to do that. And I am bringing it back around. But, you know, he put a lot into the series. And so he gave us a roadmap to really put that extra passion in there. And we really hope that whatever, you know, love affair you have with the Tribe Called Quest, hopefully, you know, you can look at Luke Cage and feel that vibration, not just from the music, but the entire, like everything about it, and continue to move the art form, you know, our culture, our story forward. It's a point that the world looks at from a monetary sense, but we empower and influence the next president,
Sure.
you know, governors, and other Congress people. And so we just want to make sure that the music matches excellence and progress for humanity. And
Yeah,
so
I mean the whole series does that, and to add on to what everybody's saying here, I mean, I share the same admiration for Ali and Tribe. You know, I mean, and the thing is, for somebody like him to be secured to compose for a Marvel show, like how many times does that happen? You know, I mean, it's crazy because even just the notion of being black composers, if you look at the history, like every time a black composer that's an artist gets a chance to really do something, a statement is made, you know, for the culture. I mean, if you go back all the way to Duke Ellington, to Quincy, to Marvin, to Isaac, to Curtis, you know, like when we get chances to make statements like this, it's special. But for us though, having somebody from Tribe do it, because he's an ambassador for what we believe in as far as music.
That's right.
It's just like, it's on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So even though, yeah, I'm part of this, I still step back. And I always tell him this, man, it's like a big admiration, because when you got into this game and when you hit such a high peak in this game, musically, as far as his ability to play a million instruments and engineer and all that stuff, he wasn't all the way to that point yet. And then he didn't stop there and just say, I'm just going to collect checks.
All
and tour.
right, enough of this.
Like,
I'm
you're
sorry,
not.
I'm
I'm sorry.
like, where
It's
we
not
go?
like your chopped
Sorry.
liver either.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, this
but,
fuck-
the man as well.
but I'm no, dude. If it wasn't for
You're
for
giving
cats
credit
like
where
this,
credit
Yeah.
is due,
yeah,
my
if it
man.
wasn't if it wasn't
Yeah.
for cats like this, like yeah, I've developed a lot, but I was inspired by those albums that
Absolutely.
are in front of
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a special time where everybody should be rejoicing because we want the media to speak for the disenfranchised. In many ways, and it's funny because at these times when people are talking about the Oscars so white and all this stuff, right? We always kind of knew it, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of accept it,
I mean, you
generally
can see
speaking.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
but generally speaking. But then when you cross the line and you're on the other side and you're actually looking at all of it and then saying, well, wait a minute. They're not actually speaking to the people I hang out with. You see what I'm saying? You start realizing the marginality that's going on here. And then it's like, yo, you know what? This is kind of a problem. This inequality is a problem because it's systematic and it's historical. It's been going on for a long time, from old prejudices. You see what I'm saying? So now a luminary from our culture is composing for a multi-billion-dollar company. You see what I'm saying? Multi-billion-dollar companies being, Netflix and Marvel.
Sure.
So it's just a special time. I know he's too humble to understand.
Very humble.
But it is
I
special.
bring with me Chuck D, BDP,
That's right.
Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, Hector Lavoe,
Hector Lavoe.
Horace Silver,
That's right.
Santana.
Fronty All Stars.
Like it's just it's a long line.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to talk about, obviously the hip hop community is really excited for this to happen. It's huge for us, but like the Marvel fans are fans on another level. So not only is this going to be dope for the hip hop heads, but there's Marvel fans who aren't hip hop fans that are going to be turned on to hip hop now. And the Gene Simmons of the world who can't wait for the death of rap and hip hop.
Right.
This is going to show them like, look, hip hop, rap is not going anywhere.
We've been here.
We're on Marvel, on Netflix.
Yeah, straight up.
Exactly.
And you guys are
It breaks down the wall, right?
Was there a question there?
Listen, the next time you guys do a press conference, you need to take Crystal B with you. 'Cause she's got it
I'm
covered,
with you
guys.
guys.
She's with you guys. She's waving the flag. You know what I'm saying? You guys met Todd the Hater here, right? He's got a Jay-Z question.
And here's another Jay-Z question from Todd the Hater.
Todd, go ahead.
So I couldn't help. I was researching stuff, and I always find out what relation every artist has with Jay-Z because he's worked with everybody.
And because you love him.
And he loves
I'm
Hov.
a,
Number one
I'm a big fan.
Loves
Yeah.
Hov.
So and I noticed you guys are both credited on his Magna Carta Holy Grail. Is that accurate?
You're not credited on there, are
I
you?
don't think so.
That
I
wasn't
make a
accurate at
call.
all.
Yeah, he's like, where's the check?
Yeah. No, on the Magna Carta, he sampled two
Was
of
it Picasso
my-
Baby or Versus?
Picasso Baby, and on Heaven, he sampled two different tracks on there.
Oh man,
Nice. There goes Todd's Jay-Z question.
there it is.
Ladies and
Great
gentlemen.
question.
Now, Adrian, you have an event coming up in October. Is it a super secret show or what's going on here?
Well, on October 6th,
Yeah.
we have a special performance with some special guests, and it's going to be at the Ace Theater
Nice.
in downtown, and it's basically we're going to be having a 40-piece orchestra playing some of the filthiest, nastiest music in the world.
yeah.
And,
Wow.
and it's something like I said, it's about the culture coming out to support each other.
Very cool.
You know, and so it's Luke Cage Score Live. You know, that's what we're doing on October 6th, and get your tickets. I already told all the homies, don't even hit me.
I know. You know that's coming, though. You know that's coming anyway.
That was my
what's-
next
you know what's
question.
funny though?
Ben's got a question. Can I have tickets?
But hold on, though. What's so dope about this is I put on Instagram the other day, I put something up. I said, just letting you guys know that there's something going down on October 6th. And don't even ask me for free.
I saw that.
And like that's the first time I ever did that, right?
Yeah.
And it just felt good.
Why? Why did it feel good?
Let me tell you why it feels good.
Okay.
Because, and I'm about to blast Ali out right now.
Uh-oh.
Right? Because, we always want to take care of our people.
course.
You know, because people, you know, when they come to actually, they're coming, even if they're coming in for free, they're coming to support. You know what I'm saying? And I really, truly appreciate
They
it.
believe in you enough to show up.
Right. But then you got dudes like Ali. I remember, was that 3 years ago at the Barclay?
Barclay, when we were playing with Kanye.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah. So I went to the show, and the amount, okay, so they'll get us, you know, a certain amount of free tickets, but the amount of tickets he bought out of his pocket for people, not even the homies, we're going in his neighborhood to at like a little bodega to buy something, and he's paying for that person's ticket, the clerk's like everybody's ticket, because he ran out of guest list type stuff. So me putting that out there, I was hoping that he would do the same thing on his Instagram, and he did it. So I know my boy is saving some extra money because he will buy everybody a ticket.
Cruz, you do that for Powerhouse, right, Cruz?
I mean, listen, no, I don't know. I don't know about everyone a ticket, but I try to get as many as I can.
People, bro.
You know?
I'm talking everyone here. That's you know. So it was one of those things.
You got
that
a
was
good heart,
just good
man.
to say, like, you know what?
And Ali, you want to be surrounded by the people that affect you in the most way, right?
Well, it's not that. It's just so many people.
Yeah. There's just too many damn people.
And we have, I have a lot of friends, like really a lot of friends and beautiful, wonderful people. And yeah, of course you want to be surrounded by people, and also knowing that
it is support.
It's not just support. It's just you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And case in point, Fife is not here.
For sure.
And
Rest in peace.
and I know certain things when certain things are happening. Like, don't get me wrong. I do have a business manager that goes, okay, guys, you're going on tour. You spent 20 years giving everybody free tickets. Now everybody's got to pay.
Right. Right.
We do have those conversations.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
And everything that I do, my mother always puts up her money first and foremost.
Is that right?
Like, always. So I already come with the attitude, like, my mom wants to pay. Then everyone else just get out of my face.
Right.
But I do have a soft heart, and I try to make things happen and work out when I can. But just knowing, like, that was a really important show.
Ali got y'all on tickets, though.
That's what I was gonna ask.
So you got
you got on tickets.
But with this show, sorry, I said ditto to his message.
I was gonna say, what if Kanye asked for a ticket? He's like, sorry, bro.
Nah, you gotta give Ye a ticket, right?
gotta go buy 'em.
Ye gotta get a ticket,
Yeah,
man.
he gets a ticket.
Yeah.
You guys have seen hip hop over the years change and go through its phases. What do you think of hip hop right now?
Ooh, that's always that tough question.
That's a touchy,
for OG, huh?
touchy subject, yeah.
It's not a touchy subject.
Well, it's to me, I always say hip hop is a reflection of life. It comes from a place of being oppressed, having limited opportunities, and people don't believing in you. And so you speak out and you create your own way in life. And look at this art form, from style, from dress, from speaking, from the way records are put together. It has turned into a movement of life, a multi-billion dollar movement. And so it's no different in 2016 than it was in 1973, right? But the only difference is that the monetary aspect of hip-hop has changed the art form and the truthfulness to the art and what's being the message to the writing. And that's the only thing that's greatly disappointing. I think everyone should have their voice to say whatever they want, but you also have to know at some point, like, for an example, we can't just go into a theater and yell fire, right? That's against the law. And so there is no law on artistic license, but there's, I think, moral capacity that we cross lines. And as artists, we're supposed to be able to jump in and out. But, like, case in point, I'm going to go in a little bit. Like, I saw Lil Yachty tweet, OGs just don't accept change. And that's not the case. Change is good. Evolving to a better form, a higher form of yourself is change, and that's a great thing. But if you don't evolve at all and you digress, then that's not really change. That's failure.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say to him, don't be a beacon of failure. You're a champion, and you have a lot of people who are admired by you. So do good with that. When, you have a song that says, I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot. You're not saying a lot. So say it. Say what you've been through. Dig deeper. That's all. And in that, the art form will continue to grow and be great. But right now, it's okay.
Are there any artists right now that you would want to work with?
I work with anyone that wants to come into our lab and be open and free.
And create.
Not tethered to getting paid. If that's your mission, then just keep it quiet, but then just come and be free. Like anybody. I don't care who it is, young, old, controversial. Everybody hates them. They think they're corny, they're whack. Like, it doesn't matter. If you come with an open mind, then let's do it.
Do you think there's a general disregard from the younger generation to the older generation? I always feel like people don't take the time to give respect to the hip hop, to the golden era, even before you guys. I just think that you just don't see that. And we do it in sports so much. We do it in movies and everything else. I just don't understand why hip hop can't just give that look, and to me, I think of like someone like Macklemore. Why did it take Macklemore to put Kool Mo D back on a rap, or Grandmaster Flash or Herc back? Why did it take him to do it?
So I'm gonna jump in right quick. So basically, it's a cyclical process, and this is something that pertains a lot to just the notion of black culture. When black people leave something, they leave something, and generally speaking, white people come in and save it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that actually in a good way. So if you go back to blues, right? Black people left that. They don't want to deal with that. White people come back, bring back blues, and you got, the British invasion.
Led Zeppelin.
There it is.
Exactly,
Yep, your Rolling Stones.
So it takes somebody like Macklemore, right, to come back and pay, homage to like these OGs. And like I said, it's not anything against him. It's just something that is a cyclical process. You look through the generations, you look through the decades, and you see this always happen. And to answer this question from a macro perspective, as an artist, you analyze art based on merit, right? You look at the amount of time, the amount of thought that went into creating a piece of product. And when you see people create something that just does not feel cultivated, feels contrived, and is compared to music that's masterpieces where you can go in there and say, like, how in the hell did this person even think about getting to that point? Like, it's just merit, it's just merit. And throughout the decades, there's always garbage and there's always masterpieces.
Right.
So like what I
guess
don't
that's safe
like,
to say, yeah.
right. What I don't like is when people say, oh, you can't compare this to that. When I'm listening to Tribe, like, I'm comparing it to listening to a Stevie album. As far as merit,
Sure.
you just look at the straight merit of the music. And you don't have to say it's better. The issue is it above the line where it's in the clouds, where it's like, what, they did something artistically. And you could apply this to any form of art, photography, fashion, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So when you're comparing modern hip hop to let's just say, golden era hip hop, you could break down the merit. What are they talking about? What are they using to produce? Are they all doing the same thing? In every culture, there's always people doing the same things over and over, right? But you filter those out and you look at the people that are really doing something. So, Kendrick. We all love Kendrick. Why do we like Kendrick? He has merit. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, if you're gonna talk whack about Kendrick, that's cool. Give me a compelling answer as to why he's whack. You break it down to me. Because I'm somebody that I don't even listen to modern hip hop. New music to me are old records that I haven't heard yet. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's how
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't mean that there's not dope stuff being made, because there's dope stuff being made all the time. When it's showed to me, I'm happy to hear it. But to go back to what Ali was saying with this new commoditization of hip hop. Hip hop spoke to a culture of people, right? It was a reflection. Then now hip hop is to make people that are not even of the culture just have a good time and dance and not really think about much. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
that's just, it's a product, and I appreciate the product. I appreciate what these people are doing. But as an artist, I'm always trying to break down merit. You know what I'm saying? If the merit's not there, I don't need it. And this station is one of the pioneers I mean, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this station the first one to be labeled as a hip hop? Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yes.
It's
And
the
that
first
was-
one to use where hip
Right,
hop.
the
Yes,
first
yes.
one.
Followed
And then
by Hot 97, right?
Yeah.
The same company.
Followed by?
I believe so.
I feel
Or
like
in
Or,
conjunction,
yeah,
actually.
probably at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you go back, out here we was representing West.
Sure.
You know, and they was representing, 97 was representing y'all out there.
Right.
But think about the music that they were battling for based on narrowcasting at the time. Like we had, G-Funk coming in and all that stuff. We had Tribe doing their thing. We had Wu doing their thing. And that's what the kids wanted to hear. But it wasn't getting the respect on the airwaves. And people like our companies, like Power and all that, gave a voice. So now the rap has a voice, right? It's everywhere. But how is that voice really being manifested right now? And that, goes back to
Yep, exactly. Netflix new series, Marvel's Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
On the 30th.
Guys are
Let's
preaching.
bring it all the way back
I
on
love
the
it.
30th. Watch that. Thank you guys very much for stopping
Thank you,
by.
man.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you so much.
Seriously. And
So cool.
Power's door has always been open to you guys. I think you guys know that and believe that, and that continues straight up.
We'll be back on the next album.
There it is. My man, Cruise Show, Power 106, man.